let's reflect for a moment. How often do you think, no, how important, I would say, is it to you, the thought, the opinion, um, the view of others in regards to you? Like, how much do you care about another individual's opinion or view about you? And when I say another individual, I mean whether it be a family member, whether it be a child, a husband, a mother, a father, whether it be your significant other. How much do you care? Or do you think you even care at all? You know, I hear people say sometimes, I don't give a damn what nobody think about me. You know, I hear people say that. You know, and I'm sure like younger, as well as people that are more up in age, older, would all probably say that the way someone views them or what an individual will think about them probably really don't mean much. But let's reflect for a little bit. When you put on what you put on, do it matter, again, how your significant other view what you have on? I mean, is their opinion important? Is it significant to you? Is your child's opinion of what you have on significant to you? Is your co-worker's view or opinion of what you have on significant to you? Do it have any weight? Do it affect you on any level? Do it affect you enough to make you reflect on what you have on? Do it affect you enough to even make you go change? Does your mother, your father's view affect you? How about when you get your hair done or when you get your hair cut? You know how hey man, how I look? What you think? You know, I cut hair too, so a lot of my clients judge my haircuts off of compliments. When people start giving them compliments about their haircut or whatever it is I've done to them, then in whatever way they initially viewed the cut, it rises as a result of all the compliments. Is that important? Do you see that as significant? Do you really believe that the view of others is more important or is more weighty, affects us on a larger scale than we may be aware of? That sometimes we're even not even willing to admit. Would you agree with that? Today, I went to Fiesta. And this is in like around, it was broad daylight here in Houston, so it was like around 4:30, right? And I remember I seen someone pissing, right? Just standing between two machines, I think it was soda water machine and something else. And this is the sidewalk where everybody who's going into this is a shopping strip. So it's a number of stores, but it's right by Fiesta. So for the most part, everybody who come out of the machines are going into Fiesta or coming out of Fiesta. And so I thought, right? Now, I've seen shit like that. I'm saying shit like that. I've seen shit like that, right? And it made me think because I was like, man, where does a person's mind have to be? In regards to self, right? Where does a person's mind have to be in regards to self that allows them not to care about what an individual would think about what they are doing? You see, one thing for sure that I realize is that everything starts with self-value. So even though we may care ourselves to look good, so when we get to looking good, we sitting around the house. You see, here also, let me before I go there, let me say this. Another reason why I know that it matters, that the influence of other people's thoughts or views matter or has some effect or influence on us, is because we would choose to look good over being comfortable. A lot of sisters are not even comfortable wearing like stilettos and things like that after about an hour or two. But it matters so much that they look cute that they gonna wear those boys, right? And look here, it can be damn near 40, 50 degrees. So that's cold in Houston. Outside. Them sisters step out with damn near nothing on. Little shorts and whatever to the club. You know what I'm saying? And because she want to look good. She wants to be appealing. You know what I'm saying? Listen here. Again, my point is that we often, even under those circumstances, we'll choose to look good over comfort. And so even what I was about to say at first, even though we would still look good for ourselves, now this is where the first half of this is that it's self-love involved. That the first stage of this is self-love. So I believe that's a smaller percentage though. The way one loves themselves, and then the way and how much it matters though. How other people accept you. You know, the acceptance of the public or other people, period. No matter who the public is, again, if it be another family member, whoever else. But to being accepted has more weight than even one's love for self. Because one could value themselves and do certain things. But it can be challenging for that person if they want something or want to get liked or want to be, you know how they say peer pressure? You see, peer pressure, the science or whatever, the dynamic of peer pressure, what it does is challenges one's morals and integrity. You know, your upbringing, the way you view yourself and value yourself, right? So, here's my point. That even though there's self-value, and we do what we do because it matters for us too, right? But again, it really matters the way others view us. So, for an individual to be able to not care, you know, like some of us, like, if I speak the truth, I wouldn't care who like it or don't like it, right? So some of us, yeah, we no matter, we are very adamant in certain contexts about what it really don't matter who likes it or not. You know what I'm saying? We're going to represent certain things regardless who like it or not, right? But in totality, like our overall makeup, who we are and how we represent ourselves for the most part, like that's only like 10% of us in that little area where I say it don't matter, right? But then how many other areas about you that you have that? You know, and only you can answer it, only you can test that, and only you have the answer to that. But I was thinking about this person and I was saying, man, it takes a really low value for self, but an even lower value for those outside of you. Because it's like, because, you know, even you think about a dude who sell dope, you know, a person can cause their self-harm, but not want someone they love to experience the same thing because of, they don't want them to experience what they experience, even though they're still doing it to themselves. You understand what I'm saying? So for you to not give a fuck about nobody else, that's a whole nother level of not giving a fuck. You know what I'm saying? So, again, I just really, this is more so like a reflective thing, and it's just something I just really want. Cause I know a lot of times we say stuff like that about not caring, and I want us to understand how really important it is. But we have to always make sure, though, that we are working and acting from a position where everything we do because this is really what we want to do, and we can't allow the opinion and views of others to cause one to act and get outside of self. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times, most of us aren't even living in regards to who we are. We're living an image that society has created, that your environment has created for you, that your peers has created for you, that the character that you had to develop that has become acceptable, that has become embraced or whatever by your peers, is the character you've decided to be. Even though if you've never really took time to figure out who you really are. Right? If you never really took time to figure out who you really are, then you don't even really know who you are. So it's like that's all you know how to be, but you're not happy being that person, because you only can truly really be happy is when you're able to exercise in your true form and existence. And that's consistency. Right? So it starts with a real true value and love for self. And then that true and love for self tends to reflect itself or mirror itself or manifest itself in regards to how you deal with others. So anyway, it's just again, this is something that I just really was reflecting on, and I'm going to start having reflective moments with you. I'm just sharing some things because I want you to kind of better understand how my mind works and how all throughout my day, different things trigger different things, and I think about these things. But I also try to think about these things in a way to how it makes me better and how can it I'm able to take that and extend it out to you all, and maybe it can make you better in some way because when you understand why you do what you do, then you can control it. And when you're in control, then no one else can control you. And see, true happiness, true life, true man, like true what's the word I'm looking for? Like greatness lies or only can exist in that type of freedom. That type of mastery of self. That type that the ability to exercise outside of the boxes that we tend to exist in. So again, I just want to share that thought, and always feel free to comment. You can again comment in the email if you have a topic you want me to discuss. You have anything you want me to answer. Get into the comments. You can do the DM, the messenger, or you can email me at info at enlighteningminds.com. That's my Gmail. And anyway, peace and blessings.